you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Am I good to go ahead?
Yeah, one question.
It's great for me. How's it going, y'all?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for being here. Go ahead.
I just asked Kiki and Angela, you were getting on them about offensive rebounding today. Why do you think, because you were saying that we should be a lot better, why do you think that is and what do they need to do to get better?
Yeah, I think we're going hard. I think we're not fighting for enough out of our area. Where it's a 50-50, balls in the air, we're not getting a hand up. There's just these little things. Sometimes you can box out on offensive rebounding just like you box out on defensive rebounding. I don't think we're being strategic enough or willing to do the hard things that other people aren't to get us extra possessions on offensive rebounds.
Is that something you can watch in film?
Oh, yeah.
So what are the pointers there?
Well, there's so many because of the scenarios, right? So if you have someone who gets on inside position, can you wedge them down to try to create angles coming off the rim? It really depends on where the ball's shot from. If it's shot from the perimeter, 70% of them are going to go to the weak side. So how does that affect your rotations? There's a lot of variables, but there are principles. But in the end, the most important principle is be more aggressive and be willing to pursue the balls that other people aren't.
You mentioned after Wednesday's game that you guys haven't proven against teams in your caliber that you can consistently put 40 minutes of disciplined basketball.
That aren't in our caliber.
That aren't in your caliber, sorry. That you can consistently put 40 minutes of disciplined basketball. How important will these two games against Michigan and Michigan State be for that?
I mean, it'd be huge. That is different than what I was talking about after the game. It's more teams that are not to our caliber that playing to our standard no matter what, no matter the opponent, no matter the score, no matter the style of play. Last game we were pretty good in the first and third quarters, not very good in the second and fourth, and not letting anything outside get in the way of our standards. And it's not about perfection, it's about pursuit, it's about connectivity, it's about effort, it's about focus, and that's what I was referring to with that. Going into this weekend, if you don't play 40 minutes of consistent disciplined basketball, you lose. So that's not enough for us. And all you got to do is watch film and see that Michigan and Michigan State are tough-minded, really good on defense, cause turnovers. What they do best is going to force us to grow in the area we need to work on the most, and that's taking care of the ball.
Talk about the size advantage against Michigan specifically.
Yeah.
How can you
both teams.
Yeah.
I think that the challenge is that they're going to press, they're going to trap ball screens so that's harder to find. And so how can we counter that and run actions that allow us to still take advantage of our advantages in the post? And it's not even just the post. I think we can also, I wanted to get 8 to 10 points against Iowa with guard post-ups. I think we got 6 points. I think that's another thing that we can attack. We definitely need to win the paint battle. That can happen a lot of different ways, but we must win the paint battle, and that includes defensive rebounding.
How can Sienna play into that factor into that?
Well, Sienna plays into every factor. Sienna is, maybe one of our best ceiling posts. She gets really good contact. She has excellent hands. And she's just willing to get really strong with her frame and hold off and give a target that our guards know they can pass to.
How do you think she's effective playing with Lauren those minutes together?
Well, I think it really depends on the team you're playing and the style, right? So, defensively, how does she match up with that two big lineup? And how does it change our schemes? And then offensively, how does that change our spacing and those kinds of things? It really is different per the team that we're on. But, I think it's going to happen probably maybe a third of the time. There's going to be a time where they play together, and it's my job to have actions and schemes that, make that a really effective option for us.
How are you guys as coaches trying to get to the potential out of her? You mentioned that you're really being tough on her after now. But what are you guys doing to?
It's hard. I don't want to take it too far. Every freshman's different, and usually every freshman thinks they're the worst player in America this time of year because they just don't know what they don't know. But Sienna's a really fine line because she doesn't mind being challenged. I know how good she wants to be. And at the same time, she has a deep desire to be there for our team and to earn trust with the coaching staff. And so, you know, it's a healthy tension. I'm trying to push her to the very edge. I'm trying to help her find gears inside of her that even she doesn't know she has yet. And sometimes she's got to experience some failure in order to find those gears. And, you know, there might be some tears, there might be some frustrations, but if you're willing to work through that tunnel of chaos, usually what's on the other side of that's pretty darn good.
What did you say to her in the post-game or
Practice circle?
Yeah.
I just said I push you so hard because I believe in you so much, and you are really improving. And because I'm pushing you so hard, I'm telling you, I really see your growth, and there's more in you.
And then, you know, these are two of the biggest Big Ten games you guys have had this season. Do you think that the rotation might cut down a little bit in comparison to some of the other games?
Yeah, I would say comparatively. You know, you're probably talking our top 8 getting a higher lion's share of the minutes. You know, I was very purposeful in how I did that against Rutgers and, you know, some of those other opponents. But, you know, I think that's a natural thing that starts to happen mid-February through the NCAA tournament is, you know, your rotations shorten up a little bit more. So, anything else? Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Oh, sure.